Hello everyone, welcome back again to Playwright with Java Automation Testing Session 43. In today's session, I'll cover implement depends on method and always run attribute using page object model in Playwright with Java and TestNG. So this is the framework development from scratch using page object model part 8 session. So there are a couple of important annotations or attribute available in TestNG using which we can control the flow of the execution, we can make something dependent, all this stuff we can do it. So dependency is a key feature in TestNG which allow a test method to depend on a single or a group of test method. This will help in executing a set of tests to be executed before a test method. Method dependency only work if depend on method is part of the same class or any of the inherited base class while extending a class. Depends on method attribute or a test method. Suppose example test1 specifies all test method, example test2 or test3. This test method depends on it. It means test1 will start execution only after all the tests it depend on execute successfully. If any of the tests specified via depends on method attribute fail, then 10 test1 will be skipped. In case test1 is depend on test2 and test3, in case both test2 and test3 only passing, then only your dependency test case test1 will be executed, other it will be skipped. So why in the real time it's also required to implement? Suppose say in case you are like in kind of automating an e-commerce site where there might be couple of important method, like one method is for login to the e-commerce site, one method is finding the product, and then once finding product is there, right, we are adding the product to the cart. After that we are like trying to make the payment. So these are the way we can do it. So whenever we want to make the payment, we that particular method we want, other method is dependency like login, searching the product, adding the product to the cart. In case product like login is not successful, if product is not available, right, you are not able to like add the product due to that stock issue, there is no point of executing that like payment one, because anyway it will fail because the product is not visible or login is not successful. So that is the way, right? Simply instead of wasting the complete time, we can simply skip that method. So that is the way. But in case your login is successful, right, your product is searchable, adding the product card is successful, then you can right do the payment. So there will be no kind of problem. So in case your all the method, right, whatever depend on the other method is successful only, then your dependent method will be executed only, otherwise it will be completely skipped. And then that method will work accordingly based on the right outcome. It can be fail or pass, otherwise it can be simply skipped. So what is the way you can implement it? So in the last session you already seen, right, we implemented the allure report. Okay, so here right in the pom.xml file we have added all the dependency for the aspect j, right, maven compiler plugin, maven surefire plugin. Apart from that, we also added the dependency for the TestNG and allure TestNG and allure maven as well. Okay, and then this is the simple stuff we have did, and this is our actual test cases where you could see there are three test cases. Test method verify on error on unsuccessful login, this will be failed because of the expected and the actual mismatch. Other two test cases will be passed here. And we have also used the retry analyzer is like count is 0 and 1, so it will be tried for two time. One time it will be retried, one time it will be fail. In case test case is fail, in case it's passing, it will not retry for the second attempt, it will simply pass. Let's now let's try to run one more time before implementing the depends on method attribute. Okay, so if you run it, it will try to execute the three test cases, but two test cases will be passed because there is no assertion failure, and one test cases will be one time it will be retried and another time it will fail because of the assertion failure. And after that it will generate the simple allure report, which you already seen in the last session, but today we can discuss it. But in the allure report, in case of the retrying is happening, so it will not be included in the report directly because original test case count is 3 only. So here 1 2 pass and 1 fail will be there. If you click on the failed one, you can get to know that one time it is retried, that history will be added to the as a retry option, but not in the graph or the right summary part it will be coming. So it's trying to execute the three test cases. In case something is failing, it will try to retry once more time. Okay, and it will behave as simply just like skip, but not is the actual skip, it's trying to retry. Okay, so you could see all the four iterations got executed. You could see one is actually retried, one fail, and one like a two got passed. So retry also you are able to get see, right, the same error here. Okay, and failure also same error because of the assertion failure. which is coming from the java.lang.assertion error. Now if you refresh the project, okay, you could see there is a allure folder got generated. But if you just want to generate the allure report, you can go to the properties, right? You can simply copy that path here, okay, and you can just open cmd command prompt. You can just use cd space path. You can go to the project path, okay, and now you can just simply to generate the allure report, you can simply execute that allure sharp and then space allure hyphen result. Okay, so that here it will generate the allure report. Now if you open the allure report in some browsers, okay, you could see total execution is counted as 3. So one failed, 2 passed, and this is the failure is coming as the product defect category. And you could see here it is also coming here properly. If you just try to expand it, okay, you could see that error is coming, okay, and if you expand it, you could see the error message is coming like setup and tear down got passed, but actually it is failing because of the assertion failure. These are the parameter and coming application URL browser type. History nothing will be there, but if you go to the retries option, you could see one type retry. That is treating as skipped here, but that will not be visible in the overview or the graph section. It will be still considering only total 2 failure and one failure and 2 pass. Okay, and you're also generating the graph here. You could see the behavior also, the method level, like packages level also. You could able to see what are the different methods available in the package, right? In the suit level also, you can get to know what is the suit name, what is the test name, and what is the class name dot package name, and class name dot right, package name dot the class name, and what are the different method, how much time it took, what is the pass status, fail status, with all the parameter history retry. Especially here retries is coming for the failure one only. So that is the way you can do it. Okay, now you can close the report, and then what we can do, we can close this one, and we can again kind of go here. You can refresh the project, and you can just remove the allure report to generate the fresh report from again. Okay, that we can do it. Okay, and refresh the project again. Now what we'll do, we'll try to implement that this one, right? Depends on method. So say here I want that one test case to depend on that. Okay, so here say this is the first test cases. Okay, verify on error, verify um, on unsuccessful login. This is the test cases. I want to make it dependent on the other test case. So it is failed. So in case it is failing, right, the other test case will be simply completely skipped instead of running it. Okay, so here what you can need to do, you can use that one, right? Here depends on method. If you do not know, if just type something and press control space bar, it will be coming. Depends on method. Here you need to give within the string format. You can give double bracket, and here you can add this within the colon. And here if you want to make multiple as a multiple test case method dependent, you can give comma separated method name. So here what is happening, this test cases this test case will be depend on this test cases execution. In case execution is failed, it will be simply ignored or skipped, right? It will be completely skipped. Okay, there is no impact on the other one. If you want to do it also, you can also make it, the other one also will be skipped, right? So you can also do it, that if possible. Okay, so let's do it again also, same way other test case also. So here totally 3 test cases available. Okay, one test case getting failed, but other test case we are making the failed test case a dependent, so other will be simply skipped instead of executing, though actually it's passing, but it will be simply skipped. Okay, now let's try to okay, save the code, and let's try to run it using testng.xml file and see what's happening here. So the failure test case will try for 2 times. One time it will fail, one time it retries, but because of the failure, other 2 test case what is dependent on the first test case will be simply skipped instead of execution. So that is the way, right? In case your base test case or the previous test case, previous logic or previous workflow is not working, there is no point of executing the other remaining logic or workflow. So that simply just we can save the timing from the wasting. And in case your all the previous precondition logic or workflow execution fine, then there will be no stoppage, right? The remaining workflow can be executed successfully. So that is the way. It depends on methods attribute usually work in testing. You could see, right, this is the got failed. Okay, what is the reason? Okay, invalid credential and one time skip. Another thing got skipped, right? Simply skipped. You could see 0 second. It did not try it at all. Okay, what is the problem coming? The problem coming is method com.period verification, right? This one on instance successful. Okay, this particular test case depend on not successfully finished the method. That is the result is completely skipped and is 0 second also coming, right? Now if you refresh the project, simply you can refresh the project, okay, then you can try to generate the TestNG report. Okay, you could see here what's coming here, emailable report.html. You can open with this web browser. You could see here, right, total two method, right, skipped, and one retried, one failed. Okay, what is the failure part and one is the right skip part? You could see here skipping. Okay, this is the skip part. What is the coming? It is coming that this particular verify on successful method or instance, this one, right, depends on, okay, not successfully finished method. So that is the way it is coming here, right? Okay, that is the way you can get to know what is the error, right? It is coming also, it is taking 0 second because simply is getting skipped. Now if you want to just get the report, allure report, what you can do, again you can copy the project path here. For go to the properties, take the copy the project path completely, open your command prompt, okay, give cd change directories, go to the project path, and now you can just simply copy that code, right? Allure serve, allure rep result. So it will open the allure report. Now you can see the details allure reports. Okay, you could see total 3 executed, 2 got skipped, and 1 got failed, right? That is the overview. If you go to the should level, here you could see the should test package name dot class name, and this is getting skipped, right? This is getting skipped. Okay, and the reason also is coming, this is getting failed, reason also coming, retrace option is also there, right? This is also getting skipped. Now if you go to the graph here, you could able to see here true, skipped, and 1 failed, right? So that is the way you can get the details tab as well. Okay, so it is working fine. Now I can close the report, and I can again try to close it here, and I can try to remove the folder again, allure report, whatever allure result generated, I can again remove, delete it. Now what we will do, right, in case I am making something as dependent, right, so definitely it will not be executed, because in case your test like original test case got failed, but in original test case got passed, there will be no implication. But still sometime, right, I want to execute the test case, because maybe the original test case is one time it might got failed because of some network glitch and other stuff. It's not the actual failure. So I other test case I want to still execute it and still want to find out any other issue or not. So what will happen in case I still want to forcefully execute the other test case? So there is another attribute available called alwaysRun. So in case alwaysRun attribute set to true for any @ this test method will always be run even when the dependent method got fail or skip, does not matter. So what we can do, suppose say there are 3 test cases, one actually fail, right? Second one is dependent on the first one, so first one automatically fail, right? And I am just adding as dependent on the method. But third test cases, though it is dependent, I want to always forcefully run it. So what I can do, I can give comma always run. Okay, you could see always run boolean value, need to give it equal to true. So it does not matter your dependent method got failed, you still try to execute forcefully, so it will get passed definitely based on the assertion. Now let's save the code and let's try to run it. So here 3 things is there, and one method is getting failed, other 2 is dependent, so it will not execute it. But third method, what I do it, I want to run it forcefully with the help of always like run attribute to 2. So like one will be failed, one will be skipped, one will be passed here. So let's try to run it and let's see the result. So it will again try to execute the 3 test cases, but third one, though your dependent test case is getting failed, it will still forcefully execute it because you added that always run attribute equal to true, and second will be simply skip because your dependent method, which is the first method, is getting failed completely here. So it is trying, and the first test case will be trying for 2 times because of the retry parameter you have given. Okay, that is the way you will affect your allure report as well. Whatever report you are doing, right, retry will not come, but you can able to see in the failure part, but others, skip, pass, fail, you able to see in the graph itself. Okay, in the allure report. So all the thing got executed, 1 passed, 1 failed, 2 skipped. Actually 1 is retry skipped and 1 is the other skip based on the right dependency, right? You could see here, this is the failure part, assertion failure, dependency is 0 second. Other test case, though it is dependent, we have trying to write forcefully running it with the help of the always run attribute to 2, it is getting passed. Now you can refresh the project. We can try to go to the TestNG report. Okay, you could see total test cases, one passed, one successfully skipped, one retried, okay, and one failed. What is the reason? You are also able to see it here, right? So now we will try to generate the report as well. Again, same way, whatever way you used to do last time. The allure report, just go to the properties, copy that path, project path, open a new command prompt again. Okay, use cd space this. Okay, now we need to again just copy this line and paste it here and run it, so it will generate the allure report based on the last execution. Okay, so you could see one test case got passed, one failed, and one skipped here, right? And this is the overall graph. Also, this is the execution time, 7/24/2025, right? 5:23:28 p.m. Okay, total time taken 15 seconds, right? This one you could see here. If you come here at the should level, okay, you could see here total time spent, right? Otherwise, depending on 1 millisecond, just similar to 0 millisecond only. Other test case, whatever passed and it getting time, and you can get to know about the graph as well. So one test case passed, one failed, one skipped, right? That is the way you can do it. Now close that allure report. Now what I can do, I can close it also here. Now what I can do, I can go to my test cases. I can just make your dependent test case simply pass. Okay, so there will be no impact here. Second test case will be passed. Also, whatever like always run attribute methods, it does not matter, because in case your dependent, the first test case is getting passed, if second or third, which is dependent on the first one, also will be passed. Right? If you remove it, also it will still pass. Okay, there is no impact at all. Now, if you save the code, okay, just try to run it from the testing.xml file. So all three test cases will be passed, because the first test case is getting passed. So your, though it is dependent on the second and third, but still it will be passed, right? Because your first test case is not a failed one. So it will try to execute all the test cases again one by one, and the try will be completely ignored in case of pass. So it will only three time execution. All will be executed one time, and it will be everything will be passed. So that is the way it will just, you can deal with this two attribute, right? Depends on method and always run attribute. Okay, in TestNG, right? In case you want to make something dependent, or if you still after dependence, if you want to run it also automatically or forcefully, and you can also change that like report also, whatever generated as part of the allure report. Okay, now you could see three test case got passed. Okay, there is simply it is ignoring, though it is dependent, simply it is ignoring, because your original test method got passed here. So other test case though is dependent on the first method, so it is still getting passed. Now you can refresh the project again. Okay, you can generate the TestNG report. Okay, here three test case got passed, there is no error at all. Okay, you can go to the other extend report as well, right? You can generate, you could see there is extend report file also there, so you can try to open the JSON file. You could see here three test case executed, total 3 is getting passed, 0 failed, 0 skip now. And if you want to generate the execution report as well, using extend report also, you can validate it, right? Total 3 test case got passed. Okay, and you can get the graph as well. So that is the beautiful graph also generating from the with the environment variable. That is the part I already covered in the extend report. And now I want to generate the allure report as well. So similar way, I will just take the path here, complete path of the project. I'll open the command prompt again. I will space cd to change the directory, and I will go to the path. Now I can simply try to execute it again with the command. Okay, so it will generate that allure report also. So you could see all three test cases got passed. There is no failure. There is no failure is coming at the category. Okay, and if you go to the graph also, you are able to see beautiful report here. All are getting passed here. No other part, right? And now if you go to the categories, right? There is no failure category. Should level, you would able to get it. Should name, test name, package name of the class name, and these are the three method. What is the time taken? Right, retries also you would not able to see anything. Okay, retries, okay, because it is passed. Actually initially it was failed, that is the reason it's coming. Okay, last time it got failed, okay, that is the reason. But other part also, right, it is coming, whatever was there, it was there, okay, it is able to see it. So that is the way you can just generate the proper beautiful report, okay, with the help of the allure and extend as well. And these are the two important right attribute. You can use it in the real-time framework development as well, which is nothing but the depends on method attribute. Primarily you can make something dependent, and if you still want to execute forcefully, right, you can make it always run equal to true. And if you already know, right, what is the way you can validate the report, especially generating through allure. Okay, so that's all from today's lesson, guys. Thank you.